Establishing your identity in the credit card points and miles game is one of the most difficult decisions you're going to make. You're either part of Team Sign Up Bonus, where all you care about is rapidly applying for credit cards to achieve the largest and fastest amount of credit card points, or Team 2, which is Core Credit Card Setup, where not only do you care about the sign up bonus, but more you favor the longevity of these credit cards throughout your credit card points and miles career. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how I'm more part of Team 2 and 3 specific credit cards that I will never cancel in my entire credit card career. Now, before we get into credit card number 1, I do want to start off by saying I love a great elevated offer as much as Team Sign Up Bonus. But the one thing that I cannot get myself to do is apply for a credit card to just get a sign up bonus and then cancel it after. I am more into grabbing that historically high sign up offer on credit cards that I know I'm going to keep in my wallet for years to come. Which takes us to credit card number 1, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is easily the most popular credit card that gets people hooked on the credit card points and miles game. And that is because this specific card makes it easy to see not only the value of Chase credit card points, but of credit card points in general for traveling for a reduced cost. This past year alone, I was able to utilize my Chase Sapphire Preferred to travel to Guatemala, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, Barcelona, and Italy. This is just utilizing one credit card ecosystem. And I am going on year 6 of paying my $95 annual fee on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I will easily continue to do so with a smile on my face as long as I am part of Team Points and Miles. Some of the huge reasons why I will never cancel my Chase Sapphire Preferred include number 1, and the most important, is the access to the Chase transfer partners. Not only does Chase have one of the most valuable credit card currencies, being the Chase Ultimate Reward Points, but they have access to some of the most valuable transfer partners, such as the World of Hyatt. The main reason you see a lot of us in the points and miles game utilize the World of Hyatt is because you can easily capture 1.5 to 2 cents per point for each and every one of your Chase Ultimate Reward Points. This makes the multipliers of the Chase Sapphire Preferred even more valuable, knowing that you're going to get an even higher multiplier in your transfer partners. The second reason is that it's my favorite and only credit card that I bring when I am traveling internationally. The multipliers on this credit card fit amazingly into international travel, being that it's going to get you 3x back on dining, which if you're like me, I love trying new foods when I travel. It's also going to get you 2x back on travel multipliers. So if you plan on doing any excursions, such as ATV rides, catamaran rides, anything that requires a travel expense, you're going to get 2x back on it. And lastly, it's going to waive foreign transaction fees. So any purchase you make utilizing your Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is also a Visa credit card, is not going to get hit with that pesky foreign transaction fee when you're traveling. Moving on to the last of the list is the $50 hotel credit that you're going to get in the Chase Travel Portal year after year upon renewal. Living in Miami, Florida, I am constantly going to Orlando for the Disney and Universal parks, and this makes this credit very easy to use and lowers my effective annual fee by $50. So if you use this credit year after year, you are essentially making your annual fee just $45 a year on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The last thing I want to talk about before moving on to credit card number 2 is the sign-up bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And you can expect anywhere from $60,000 upwards to $75,000 if there is an elevated offer at the time of your application. Now, this sign-up offer is so compelling because the Chase Ultimate Reward Points have a floor value of 1 cent per point, meaning that if you were Team Cashback, you can essentially cash out your 60,000 Chase Ultimate Reward Points for $600. This is a lot better when you compare it to other ecosystems such as the American Express, where they have a zero point 0.6 cents per point if you cash it out in this way. But if you transfer out to the many transfer partners such as the World of Hyatt, you can get upwards of $1,000 to $1,200 easily in hotel stays by utilizing your Chase Ultimate Reward Points. Moving on to credit card number 2 and entering into the hotel ecosystem is the IHG Premier credit card. Now, I have zero intention on ever canceling this credit card because it does the 2 things I look for most in long-term hotel credit cards. And number 1, it adds value to my travel plans. And number 2, it has an easily justifiable annual fee. The annual fee is the easiest thing to justify with the IHG Premier credit card because it gives you an anniversary free night credit year after year. And this anniversary free night credit is valued at 40,000 IHG credit card points. And when you take a kind of conservative zero point 0.5 cents per point, this is worth upwards of $200. So every year after year, you're going to get a $200 anniversary free night credit for the annual fee of $95. Now, a superpower of these anniversary free night credits is that IHG actually allows you to top up to book an even more luxurious stay. So, whether it's from conventionally spending on your IHG credit card, transferring from other credit card ecosystems such as Bilt and Chase that offer IHG as a transfer partner, you can turn this anniversary free night credit into a more luxurious stay. Another amazing attribute of the IHG Premier credit card is its Platinum Elite status, which is actually the second highest status in the intercontinental ecosystem. And just this past week, I utilized one of my free night credits on my IHG Premier credit card and stayed at the Intercontinental Disney Springs area property. And because of my Platinum Elite status, where I was able to first-handedly look at Walt Disney World fireworks from the comfort of my balcony. And this was only made possible because of my Platinum Elite status. Now, funny enough, even though I don't apply for credit cards solely for their sign-up offer, the sign-up offer was definitely what got me to take a look at this credit card. Because at the time of my application, I was able to snag the 5 free night sign-up offer worth up to 300,000 IHG credit card points. Now, some people don't like that special edition because it does have a cap on the room value as well as limitations. It fits my personal travel habits. The elevated offer at the time of filming this video of 170,000 IHG points is definitely something to take a look at. But when you take into consideration the elevated sign-up offer, the free night credit year after year, and the status that you unlock in the intercontinental system, I definitely never see myself canceling this credit card. Moving on to the last credit card on our list, and one of the most controversial credit cards on YouTube for the last year is the American Express Gold Card. And we've recently seen some of the biggest content creators in the credit card community cancel it. I still believe it's an amazing credit card to add to your rotation for the correct consumer. And the reason I emphasize correct consumer is because the Amex Gold has recently increased its annual fee to $325 and added some additional credits, making it an even bigger coupon book. Now, the credits that make up the American Express Gold are biannual credits as well as monthly credits. And from the biannual perspective, there's only one credit that you need to juggle, and that is a $50 every 6 months Resi credit. And the best part about this Resi credit is that you do not need to make a specific reservation or tell your waiter in advance that you are utilizing it. All you have to do is to go to a Resi location and pay with your American Express Gold. And within 7 to 10 days, you can expect a deduction of $50 statement credit for this purchase. When we're looking at the $10 and $7 allotment, it's going to be $10 for Uber and Uber Eats, $10 for dining at places such as Cheesecake Factory or Grubhub, and a $7 credit for Dunkin' Donuts that are each given to you in $10 increments. So when you add all of these up, it's going to be $424 worth of credits in exchange for a $325 annual fee. So as you can see, we are essentially up close to $100, making this an effective annual fee of $0. Now, while it sounds too good to be true to have a premium dining credit card for a $0 effective annual fee, I do want to precaution new users that the number one complaint for this credit card is credit fatigue. And that is because it has 3 monthly credits as well as 1 biannual credit that you need to utilize to capture that $0 effective annual fee. And if you are not the correct consumer, you are essentially going to prepay for credits and forget to use them. Thus, American Express is going to win in the long run. But if you are the correct consumer and can utilize each and every one of these dining credits, you are coming out in the green month after month, as well as unlocking some of the highest multipliers in the dining as well as grocery multipliers. And that is because the American Express Gold is going to get you 4x both in groceries as well as dining. So if you're utilizing both of these multipliers, you are capturing immense amounts of Amex membership reward points month after month, as well as some valuable credits. On the topic of Amex MR points, that takes me to the next thing that I love about this credit card, and it's its transfer partner ecosystem. And American Express is definitely my dedicated flight ecosystem because they have access to some super powerful alliance partners. And last year, I was able to utilize Iberia to get to Barcelona, Spain for less than $100 out of pocket. And I will be utilizing my Amex points later this year to get to Florence, Italy, again at a reduced cost. So when I'm establishing my long-term credit card setup, I do like to spread the love equally because it gives me flexibility when I want to fly to some of these international destinations. The last thing I want to precaution new people considering the American Express Gold is that it's heavily geographically dependent because some areas aren't heavily saturated in resi and do not have Dunkin' Donuts that are easily accessible. And if you fall into this population, then I do not think that this is the correct credit card for you because the credits are not going to offset that annual fee. But if you are someone that has a wide access to all of these credits and can utilize them easily, I personally still believe this credit card is a slam dunk and has some of the best multipliers across the entire credit card game. Well, guys, those are three credit cards that I have zero intention on ever canceling as long as I am part of the credit card points and miles game, being the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the IHG Premier credit card, as well as the American Express Gold. Let me know down below your opinion on these credit cards and if you have a specific credit card that you have zero intention on ever canceling. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this content, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel. And I release credit card content here on YouTube regularly. And if you want another credit card related video, I got one right here for you.